Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Right now, I got $1.8 million in debt. That rental portfolio is worth 4.4. That's a conservative estimate off of what realtors would tell me they would list for. Currently, that portfolio puts out approximately at a low end $5,000 a month, at a high end $19,000 a month, because we're heavily invested in commercial. So right now with post-COVID, we're a little behind on the commercial leases.
Okay.
Just trying to think of like what, but so I had a home run early on. I sold a building that I bought for $426. I sold that building for $1.6. And then I did a 1031 exchange on two of the buildings.
Okay.
That I currently hold.
Okay. How can we help?
Well, I don't know.
What are you asking?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I guess I have $1.8 million in debt. I have a portfolio of 4.4.
And your rate of return on that portfolio sucks.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's horrible.
It's not,
Do you want to get out of debt, Ryan? Do you want to get out of debt?
Meet Every Dollar budgeters Christy and Steve. They used to fight about money.
I'm the spender.
I'm definitely the saver.
Now that they budget with Every Dollar, they're on the same page.
Money is definitely one thing we do not ever fight about.
Having the budget gave me the permission to spend.
Knowing that the money is in each category, it just allowed us to work together better.
Now that's what we call a win-win.
Now we just have to pick paint colors.
We can't help you with that. Every Dollar. Create your free account today.
Do you want to get out of debt, Ryan? Do you want to get out of debt?
I do.
Okay. No, you're still the guy that hit the slot machine once, and so you keep putting quarters in a stupid thing. You had that one hit and did that 1031, made bank, and ever since then you've been putting quarters back in the machine, trying to do it again, and none of the rest of them did that.
Well, no, I yes, more or less, yes, I will agree with you, but okay. I have hit more than once.
How old are you?
I'm 38 years old.
Where do you want to be when you're 58? You want 10x this, or you want? What do you want?
Yeah, I want to 10x this, man. I want to.
Okay.
I want to pay off my home that is worth $1 million, but I have a $360 note. I got two
but
kids
I'm just telling you, I don't want to 10x your portfolio. Your rate of return is awful, sir. When you tell me you're getting an NOI of $60,000 to $19,000 on an asset base this high, your rate of return, your ROI, straight up mathematics, it's horrible.
3.8. It's 3.8.
I know, but when you make $60,000 as a return on 3.8, I mean, that's horrendously bad. You should be making $500,000 on that.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely, I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I
know.
So you've got to figure out why these properties are not giving ROI, and shed yourself of the properties that are not giving you a return, and build a model portfolio where you're getting in real estate. You need a cash on cash in residential of 8 to 10 net NOI, net operating income, 8 to 10% cash on cash annually. Okay, and in addition to that, the thing needs to be going up in value, and in addition to that, you need to be taking the tax depreciations that the depreciation schedules with the IRS allows. All of those things together give you north of 15 to 20%. On a commercial, you ought to be making 10 to 12 cash on cash. Ours does that, and it's not rocket surgery to do it. But you've just been buying crap, man. And you didn't think anything about the debt aspect, and so the debt on some of these is eating your lunch because the rents are not commensurate with the values and with the debt service you're carrying, and that's what's destroying your ROI. So you need to get down inside of that and figure out which of these things you want to, and create an ideal portfolio that's going to be 8 to 10 on residential and 10 to 12 on commercial, cash on cash, and in properties that are going up in value. Those are the ones you want to expand owning, and the others you want to get rid of. And so
there's the playbook right
and,
there.
and you adjust it, and that's what's going on. But you've fallen backward into this thinking that all real estate's good. All real estate's not good. Some of it sucks, and you've got some that sucks. And some of it's leveraged too high. Some of it you got too much debt on, and it's pulling you down. And so, yeah, if I'm you, that's what I'm looking for. And in the process of doing that over the next 5 years, I'm going to sell off enough of it and use enough of my income to become 100% debt free. That's where I would be going. But I don't think you're going to do that because I think you like borrowing money. So I'm not sure where you're going to end up exactly. I hope you make it. Hope you do, for your sake.
In this case, would you, I mean, because he's got enough, if we take him face value, $4.4 million, he said conservative and all that property, $1.8 million debt, would you get out of the rental game altogether and have him invest that? He's a young guy. He's like 37.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be better off.
That's what I think.
If you did 100% slate clean and dropped it all in mutual funds, you'd make more money than you're making now.
That's where my head was going.
Yeah, because you got $2 million in mutual funds in, and you're making $200,000 a year.
Right.
You know, and you're not doing anything to do that. You don't have to collect rent. You don't have to replace water heaters. The roof doesn't leak. You know, all that.
It's a really healthy reset for a guy his age with kids.
Not sure I would go that far. Instead, I'd probably cherry pick it and take about 3 years and clean up most of it. Clean it all up in about a 3-year period of time, but clean it up by getting rid of the properties that aren't cash flowing but have equities.
That's good.
And then get out of the debt business, because that's what's part of what's bringing you down here. The other part is you're still trying to replicate that one deal.
So hit those numbers again for people, because too many people are watching TikToks and Reels. So what is the ROI you're looking for on commercial versus residential? The stuff that you own, or else you say it's not worth having.
I pay cash.
Right.
And so I want to make, if I put $500,000 in a house, we don't buy houses anymore. But when I got a bunch of them. Still, I ain't got rid of all of them. But if on the houses that we own, the residential single families that we own, we look at what we paid for it, what it's worth in the market, and we want an 8 to 10% cash on cash after all expenses are paid. Rent minus expenses is net operating income. We want to see a cash on cash of 8 to 10%.
Okay.
If you get that, and you have appreciation in value, and you take the depreciation, those three things together are called the internal rate of return, the IRR, and those will be north of 15, 17% on your residentials, which is a lot better return than a mutual fund.
Absolutely.
Okay? But it's a lot more hassle.
Right.
Then on our commercial stuff, we're making anywhere from 10 to 14% cash on cash. And so we're seeing most of our IRRs, our internal rates of return, up in the 20s on those.
Wow.
So we're making serious money on those commercials. But because commercial property does that, but it's a lot bigger property, and again, it's a lot more cash tied up in them. So those are the processes you've got to go through to get there. You got to just decide what you're doing. Because if I can't make 8 to 10 when I can make 12 on a mutual fund,
Right.
why am I going through all this hassle?
Exactly.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.